track on this side. That's what it's wrong. Oh my gosh, it broke the buckle too. It's bending the buckle.
Meet Shotzi the Shellback on a balanced 482 catamaran. Real boat life, raw, ridiculous, and unfiltered, because freedom isn't always pretty. What's your GTFO plan?
Our apparent wind is getting way too high for comfort, so we're going to have a first reef in, we're going to change to a second reef. And so everybody's gearing up, getting some warm layers on. It's surprisingly cold with the winds out there, and it's very, very bumpy. So we're going to turn on engines, bring in the jib, then turn into the wind and lower the main to set that second reef, and then reverse that process and bring sails back out.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. So we're going to lower the sail down. You can see the reefing right up there. When it's within reach. We got the second reef in. Yep, it's on. It's tight. Do a quick tension check. That's good. So now we can all go back to the cockpit and we'll secure the second reef.
And now let's...
It jumped the track on this side. That's what it's wrong. Oh my gosh, it broke the buckle too. It's bending the buckle.
It's a crazy ride, and it's only going to get even crazier as we approach the Azores, because the front is going to hit us. The boat's holding well, but sometimes she gets a bit off course because the waves are hitting us on our back port corner, but then she rights herself really well. We did a second reef earlier, so I think we're in good hands, and I think we'll do actually a third reef overnight, because inevitably it gets even worse in the dark, and we prefer not to do sail changes at night if we can avoid it. Can't wait to get to the Azores and just take a break from all this rocking and rolling.
Just with the lack of sleep because of all the boat motion and then the boat up and down, just crazy dreams. And I mean, I've had a couple, but again, I had one the other night, or this last night, where in my dream I'm walking, going to work, and because the boat's doing this, but all of a sudden in my dream I'm with my colleagues, and I'm like, oh, just up and down, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, I'm fine. I'm trying to get through security, swiping my badge, and I'm like, trying to act all normal. Yeah.
We have a little stowaway. See that little bird? And it was crazy because earlier Shotzi had her go to the bathroom and the bird was right next to the grass and didn't move. Always makes me feel like we might be close to land. 600 some miles to go.
Are you sharing your potty pads? Aw, poor birdie.
We're having a problem with our jib clew part. The buckle is kind of destroyed. We have a replacement, but we can't really do that till we hit land, and we have at least 3 or 4 more days. So Dennis is up there trying to replace it with a longer soft shackle to see if that helps for now. So they have one person on each side?
Correct.
All right.
Carl's making sure that the guy is actually running underneath.
Okay. Yes, 4 wraps and just leave it.
Signal somehow.
Yeah.
Whether you need more slack on the guy or the sheet.
Yeah, well, I want you to use your eye. So Robin,
For now, or leave it on?
leave it on. Keep an eye and make sure we don't have tension on this or tension on this. Give release tension if you do have it.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and raise.
Yep, we're at a good angle. We're at 140, 145.
Okay. Should I slow us down a little bit?
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Carl, ready? All right.
Looking good. Whoa. That's it. All right, here we go, everybody. Yell back because you have a louder voice.
Okay, we're gonna open the chute. Okay,
Dennis.
you're still at a good angle.
I need you back here.
I'm here. Yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh, we got the thing caught around the lines. We got to bring it back.
Okay, so then pull on this end.
Which end?
Well,
Yeah. How do we bring it back down? Do you
pulling
want
on
me
this
to
end,
release the other side?
like this.
Okay.
Okay, now with that, you should be able to fix it.
All right. But I'm going to have to take those off.
Just take that shackle off right here.
Oh, okay. Good idea. Good idea. All right. And be careful, baby.
Yeah, well, I got the chute.
Here. Okay, it's on.
Okay.
Okay, now pull it down. That's better.
Okay, chute is open. Okay, so we're
Okay.
gonna tighten that side, tighten that guy.
Tighten your guy. Tighten, tighten.
Just Robin for now.
Just Robin, around the cleat. Remember, do we have to tighten up the green sheet?
Not yet. Bring in the guy first.
Well, that was as much as. Okay, well,
You should be able to get a lot more.
Tell me how much, Dennis. We're tightening the guy.
You're on that side, you can see it. So keep coming though. A lot.
We're coming.
Okay.
That's probably pretty good, right there.
You want it that high up?
Yeah. What do you think? Too high?
Sure, we could try that.
Okay. Now we're gonna level ourselves out. We want to get our guys even.
Yeah, engine's in neutral. Yeah, I think you can bring them down another couple
Both
feet.
of them. Okay. Bring our side down. Carl, bring him down.
That's good. They're pretty even now.
Okay.
And so now we got to get sail shape, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty close to good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think it's keeping really full. It's nice having the calmer seas today. Shotzi is able to use her front yard, which I think she prefers. And she is trained on the go potty command. And sorry, the windows are so salty. We've been on passage for a long time now. But it's great that she gets to use her front yard and she does it on command. Here she comes. Oh, no. Yeah, she pooped.
Get her treat ready.
Yeah. And now she's going to come back and be like, give me a treat. I did my thing. Here she is. Find it. Good girl. Good girl. We're replacing the block here at the top of our jib. It's cracked and breaking open. We've been kind of kludgy fixing it along the way, but right now waters are relatively calm. And so we're going to take advantage and try to get it fixed and replaced with the spare that we have on board.
Then I am putting a preventer on the jib, so the jib clew. So when Ann releases the tension on the jib clew that we're fixing, it's not going to go flying all over the place. That's so cool.
Oh wow.
Yay! We had to take a little dolphin break. Always trumps doing work on the boat, but now we're back to work.
This, put that like that. Soft shackle here. The soft shackle that we put on yesterday, Ann noticed already a bunch of chafing up around here, so one of the new ones she made replaced it with that. But then we took the outer sheathing of a different line, one of the guy lines, took out the inner core, and then using it as a chafe guard. So that's going to be that first layer that kind of gets damaged, not the Dyneema.
That is an awesome shape guard.
Yeah, because Dyneema does great with pull strength, it doesn't do so hot with chafing.
So you're using the choker?
The choker.
Ah. And you're whipping it?
I'm whipping it, choking it.
Whipping the choke.
And why do you do that?
Because the Harkin manual told me to. No, I forget why you do it.
It keeps it from sliding, I think.
Yeah, that's the way. To be fair, pull those two ends.
Pull the chokers.
Choke it. And then,
I hold it on tighter.
no, that's about as good as it can get. Alright, so then we'll do, you said square knot?
To let everyone judge you on YouTube.
I know,
Why'd you do a square knot? Don't you know anything?
because my captain told me to. And then I'm going to just,
Oh.
for shits and giggles, can't tie a knot, tie a lot on top of my square knot.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, you hadn't heard that?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start using it.
It's hard to tell on camera, but you can see how Dennis is bouncing up and down. He's just not entertaining himself. It really is a lot more bouncy than the camera probably shows. So now he's opening the eye of the Dyneema loop and gonna put the knot through. And then he's gotta milk the soft shackle to tighten up the eye. And I think we are making this better than it was before, since we have chafe guard and a stronger soft shackle.
A while back, the soft shackle on our jib sheet broke. Chafe, year and a half, makes sense. So we replaced it with another one, but I think it was too short. And as a result, what was happening is this buckle that holds the clew of the jib just started banging up against that hard metal. And you can see how it's just starting to come apart. So yesterday, it still works. We kind of kludgy fixed it, but we had a replacement one of these, and that's what we just replaced. And the reason I want to keep it is these are not cheap. These are about $400, $500, depending on where you look.
You sure do snooze a lot, Shotzi. Look how cute you are. It's amazing how quickly Sleeping Beauty wakes up when someone's cooking. Yes, I'm talking about you, Shotzi.
Shotzi's shaking because she wants food so badly. Poor deprived dog.
Oh, maybe our bird is streaking the water there. Does not look so great. It looks like our bird, you probably can't see it off in the distance, but it finally left the boat. We have the best crew. Look at them sitting up front enjoying the sun. It's one advantage to having flat seas.
Okay, it's gonna take probably about 15 minutes, so I don't need that much pressure.
It's really heavy? You
Pretty
think?
big seaweed, yeah. It's yet another disappointment. Today is a lucky day.
Go ahead, Robin. Keep going, keep going, keep going. More. More. Okay. I think that's good. Hold it right there. Hey, maybe we can get that tape off. I'm sure it's easy to guide from back here. Oh well, give it up. Okay, go for it, Carl. Oh well, just pull it. If it breaks, oh well, that's all right. Thank you, Carl.
Woohoo!
Partial wind.
It's Tuesday night, April 29th. It's been 15 days on a loose track, maybe 14. I'm on night watch. It's probably about 10 o'clock at night. It's pretty dark. The moon just disappeared, but it's a full sky of stars, not a cloud in sight. We have been stuck in this high pressure system that's just sucked all the wind out. Earlier we finally got some, so we decided to do. It looked very promising, even with the forecasts, maybe some low teens. Now fortunately, with the full code 0 and the main fully up with one reef, we've got ourselves kind of that broad reach set, but we have hardly any wind. It's down there in the 8s, but we're still doing great speeds. I mean, 7.6, 5.5. It's very hard to beat that with these light wind speeds that we're making, because this is one of the things that this boat does very, very well, is it performs in these light wind conditions.
We just saw an arrival on our Garmin chart plotter. You can see it here. It says 3:52. Now that is Atlantic time, which we are not in Atlantic time anymore, but we decided as a crew to stay on the same time zone to make watches and schedules easy so there's no confusion. We're screaming along right now. We had to take our code 0 down. The apparent was getting too high and too far forward, so now we're flying the jib and one reef in the main, and we are making some great speeds. We're seeing 8s, 9s, 10s. It's awesome. Can you believe on one passage we have 2 birthdays? Today is Robin's birthday, and we are once again celebrating with brownies. We just watched for the green flash, and Robin and I think we both saw it, but then we watched the recording. We're not sure, so tell us what you think. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robin. Happy birthday to you.
We literally have not seen hardly a boat on this 15-day passage, and now that we're only a few hours away from Horta, Azores, there are ships everywhere. All those little green triangles are boats, probably all heading to Horta as well. It's crazy. We just had an all hands on deck because our code 0 became unfurled when we had just the main and a third reef and the jib out, trying to slow ourselves down, so we arrive at daylight. Now we're aimed to arrive at 7 a.m., which is perfect timing because that's when sunrise is. I can't believe after 2,300 miles, we have finally arrived at Horta, Azores. We had a slow roll last night, so we'd arrive in daylight, and we met our goal. You can see it's light, and here we are. Horta Harbor Master, Horta Harbor Master. This is sailing vessel Gotfo, announcing our arrival. Over. I don't know.
Oh.
We announced it.
Yeah.
As is tradition, when you first arrive to a country, you have to hang the yellow flag, the quarantine flag, showing that we have not checked into the country yet. So here it goes. Horta Marina, Horta Marina, Horta Marina. This is sailing vessel Gotfo, requesting a slip. Over. No one's listening.
Morning coffee time.
Yeah, they're blowing us off. Right now we're calling on Channel 9 to the marina. We heard it's half the price of anchor, so we might as well get a slip. It'll be a lot easier for crew to get on and off, and for everyone to just do laundry independently and everything else we need to do ashore. 2,325 nautical miles from St. Martin to Horta, Azores.
You're closing it out at 09 based off of St. Martin time, so that's 14 days and 21 hours. So it took us to get here.
Yeah.
Ha!
Oh, I think I